There's a confusion at times. What is important to me? How were you able to find what is important to you in your life? Well, as long as you keep looking, you're asking me how I found something important in my life, or because there are many things I found important in my life. My wife, for one. So there are many aspects of my life where I found it as I went along. So, in a nutshell, repeat the question one more time. Let me try to understand what it is. I think he refers to the networking journey, building of QNet, and how you found, being an economist, that to say networking was not an area that you were a specialist in. So it probably came from the angle. Well, I think what was really the thing that drew me into this was simply the fact that I was able to, the success of others made me successful. Making others successful was the only path to make me successful. That drew me into this. And the importance, basically, it found me. It's not that I was looking for it. It became more and more important as I grew in the journey. As the journey became prolonged, as every battle in every day built this company into what it is. So the importance actually was something that grew as I grew. It didn't happen in a single instant. So say how to balance family, business, job, etc. Somebody wrote something silent some time ago. I think, writing the book obviously was not enough. I need to basically hand it out, force every networker to get one. Now, the balance is something that only you, the formula is already found within you. Your life is not replicated in your neighbor's life. Nobody else's life is equivalent. Your balance has to be found in your life. So the process of balancing actually begins when you start this process that I have, subscribed to in this book. In my description, I made it very clear. When we take an hour off every day to contemplate, to be silent, to prepare, to plan, to project, to look at what is truly important every day. Because what is truly important every day becomes a critical component of the decisions you make every day. Now, that is something that changes every single day. As you get older, as your life changes, your challenges change, everything changes. So, this is a constant fine tuning that must happen. And it happens during that 1 hour in the morning where you sit in the sphere of silence. And that is how I do it every day. That balance that I seek every day is found in the hour of silence. If you want to know more, you have to find the book and actually read. It will describe to you, give you a breakdown of what you can do during that hour and how you can channel your energies moving forward. But balance is something you will do for the rest of your life. Start down. Dr. Sri, I often hear people say God is first priority, but I also hear my upline saying my life should revolve around the business. Help me to understand what should be my priorities, business or God, because the more I get closer to God, the more I drift away from other things. That's amazing. The more I get closer to God, the more I drift away from it. What thing could not, look at the other things we are talking about. What are these other things? If God is almighty, He is in everything, then the other things are included in Him. He is also the other things. To me, basically, I offer my work as my worship to Him, which means that essentially whatever I do every day is for Him. So there are no other things. There are only things that I do, and there's no conflict. Whatever I do in His name. Whatever I do for Him. I am only an instrument of His grace on this planet. And therefore, the greatest way that I know how to serve Him is to do these other things. Now, let's talk about these other things. When we achieve success in these other things, we are able to do so much more in His name. So perhaps that is the journey that you need to start, to see Him in everything, to see Him in your work, and to offer your work. As you are here because this is the moment in your life that you need to start, that you need to begin. Your journey has truly begun only at this moment. Let your life begin. Let your journey begin. And then, and only then, will you find your true purpose.
Dr. Sri, with a downturn in the economy and a lot of jobs being lost, yet I find it so difficult to get people to understand and appreciate the benefits of network marketing. Why is that so, and what can I do?
People are people. Unfortunately, as you yourselves have seen, that animations that I've shown you will tell you that people, unfortunately, are driven more by fear than anything else. So, if they were driven by their dreams, they would be aspiring more, they would be daring. There are people who look at the people who are doing parkour, for example, the people who are doing, all of these incredible things, jumping off plane. But then ask the people who are doing it, and they would say to you, there's nothing that they would rather do, that they would, rather do than whatever they do. So the question here is simply, if you're looking for the negativity, you will always find. If you're looking, if you're looking for success too, you will. Life has always two roads. Make sure you take the right.
So we heard a lot of the V partners yesterday say they did not expect that one day they will reach this kind of success. Was it the same for you when you started this company, or you knew day one that you'll be successful?
I don't think, anyone knows. Everyone aspires, everyone dreams, everyone envisions, but knowing only he knows. So the only thing that's ever been in my control is my effort. My effort, I have always given 100%. My effort has been, in fact, 101% because it's very important to always improve 1%, to be 1% better today than you were yesterday. And that's the only thing that I focus on. And as long as I was doing that, I was confident that the results would come. I did not know when, but I knew they would come. And therefore, the journey continued. And when I was enjoying the journey, and when the journey became actually the source of my bliss, my joy. I loved the journey so much. I didn't realize that I had achieved the things that I had wanted to achieve. Those were actually the side effects. The journey itself was the most important thing. And I think that's what you will find when you begin to love what you do.
Dr. Sri, my past failures, my blows which I've received in life from falling down, sometimes become my dominant thoughts. But I still have my goals and intent in place, and I get confused, and I want to ask, how can I continue carrying on the business when I have this guilt from the past?
So imagine you're driving a car. You get into the car, start the engine up, and then you start imagining that you could get into an accident. Perhaps you've had little scrapes here and there and everywhere, and you start worrying about every accident that could possibly happen. Do you think anyone would like to be your passenger? The fact that you're in a car and you're envisioning all the disasters that can possibly happen makes you the worst driver possible. The point is, live in the now, not in yesterday, not in tomorrow. If you're going to be an excellent driver, you have to be totally focused on what you're doing. Nothing else counts except the moment you are in. Likewise, with any level of success whatsoever, you have to be focused to being in the now, to being in the present. Past failures or future successes
எஸ்கேப் வந்துட்டு தமிழ்ல வைங்க. தமிழ்ல வச்சாதான் இங்கிலீஷ்ல வரும்.
every single day, over and over again, until they join you. Now, in terms of those that you love, there is no other. Read it. But since you got somehow to this point where you're asking me this, let me answer. How to fight it? It's a daily battle. It's your only enemy. It is your biggest enemy, and one that you have to combat every single day. You have to get up every morning to battle it. It is your sneakiest enemy. It knows every single one of your weaknesses because ultimately it's coming from you. But every time you triumph over it, every time you get past your ego, every time that you're able to subdue it, you will rise. You will not be able to understand. The most important thing is, as the ego leaves you, the Lord comes in. For ego simply stands for edging God out. EGO. Edging God out. So the ego is there, God cannot be there. If you want God to be part of your life, you have to push your ego out of the way. So fight every day. And now, I'd like to come back to the point of today, simply to revive. Yesterday, when we were talking about renew, get up again. Every single time I said, get up again, get up again, get up again. Because getting up again was that critically important. It's the first thing you must learn to do on your path to success. Getting up again. But today, we are at the point where we're talking about change. And change cannot happen tomorrow. Change happens when your heart is on fire, when your soul is alive. Change begins when you do not care for the cost. To that level, you must hunger for change. But the most important thing about change, changing tomorrow helps no one. Changing yesterday is history. So the only change that counts overwhelming success comes when you begin to live this formula. And this formula simply says, do it now. That's in every language that it can be translated into, will come back to you, do it now. So let me say to you, Casablanca, Morocco, do it now. Burkina Faso, do it now. Morocco, Balkane, do it now. Russia, do it now. Sri Lanka, do it now. Indonesia, do it now. Indonesia, do it now. Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, do it now. Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, do it now. Tanzania, do it now. Tanzania, do it now. India, India.
Bro, நீங்க கத்துங்க நெகட்டிவ் வைப்ரேஷன் தான் பாசிட்டிவ் வைப்ரேஷன்.
India, do it now. DCC 2021. Number 3. Vijay Ishwaran. Vijay Ishwaran. This message, the one.
Dr. Shri Vijay Ishwaran.